It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pats and the Colts on Monday night.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here at Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Brendan Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you think about matchups in the NFL, you're usually thinking this offense versus this defense. But this game here, we get two different offensive philosophies that are matching up in this one.
Yeah, we certainly do, because on one side, you've got a team that not only loves to throw the football, they do it quite well. They're the #1 passing offense in the league. And on the other sideline, the ground game is their strength. They're a top 5 unit in the league. So contrasting styles of moving the football. To me, this is going to make for a very interesting ball game.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now Jones. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys that say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the #4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on him.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to run.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Throwing Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
Come on now, let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself a big, you give yourself a big chance.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here comes the blitz and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw here. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Jones throwing on first down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. He's caught Michael Pittman with it. And he's across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Matt Judon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 14.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Back to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Michael Pittman, his 14th touchdown there on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out and feel charged up and ready to go.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. After After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks and no touchdown passes yet either.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Jones. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Off the play fake. Jones. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Touchdown, Colts! A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
But right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
See if he can do just that.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones out right to Bourne. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air, and maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. Javonte Williams, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. A dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Colts.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life at halftime. I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
McManus now for the extra point. It's no good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. We will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
Well, how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. This is Smith with a grab. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out and catching the ball? Well, the receivers, the running backs, everyone is involved today. And what we're watching right now is really a beautiful team effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st down, it's Taylor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and 6. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts just continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. New England's offense set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he went straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And to give this time to the tailback. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Right back to Chenault. This time he's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 38. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them until the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Jones throw taken in by Bourne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Jones. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The Patriots send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Taylor. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he's got room. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Indianapolis, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.